This is XANA Global DAO Meetup on the 6th May. Let me start from update of XANA website. We renewed the main website, which is XANA.net, and that was a huge change. Actually, we are still working on it. So like it is still kind of somewhere in the middle, but like the basic is already there. You can get the ideas like what kind of directions we are trying to lead this XANA.net to go. So basically, the first purpose of this renewal is to unify all of the products that we have. Before this update, that was originally all of the products were separated, which means like XANA.net was like a LP kind of, and Zenaria was an NFT marketplace, and there's another website for the staking, another website for the vesting, another website for the NFT launchpad, and the XANA Genesis, so on and on. So that was all kind of separated. So that means the pros were that as all those sites are separated, then once some issue happens, we can just fix it quickly. But the cons are that the users, they have to reconnect the wallet every time, not seamlessly, but every time when they go into the another product. And the connection between all those products we have was not that strong enough. So like as we unify those things, now everything's become like seamless. So now like you come to the site, and once you connect to your wallet, then you can just directly jump to the NFT marketplace or like a launchpad or like a staking site seamlessly without reconnecting your wallet. So like internal database, this is also like really good for the databases, so that like we can manage the users' informations like way smoother than before. So that was a great part of this first purpose of like reunifying all the products. That's the behind the scene, but on the front end, the purpose is really clear. We are trying to display and showcase what kind of product we have on the site without opening the mobile app or like in the tablet app. You can just browse all of the product from our website that wasn't be possible before. So now, like you can just open to XANA.net. What you can see is that like something similar to the like YouTube kind of a UI, and you will see the event section on the top. So this event section is first our own official events, but eventually very soon, like kind of 1 or 2 weeks later, we're gonna open the new function for the event creations by the users, so that you can just start creating your own event on a specific world that you select. Then you can like specify the time of the event. Then the event will automatically start on that world when the time you decided. That can be used for a lot of things. For example, you want to have some kind of virtual concert, music live show, or you want to have some kind of a talk session, or like you want to play the game together with your friends, or like you're gonna have some kind of small competition in some game in some world. Those all become possible with using these event functions. So the very important is that you can host any kind of event anytime on any world. It doesn't have to be your own world. You can just even like select somebody else's world to have an event if that world is publicly available. It's totally fine. So there's like a wide range of the use case for this event function. And as this is a kind of time sensitive thing, so that we involved the schedules, which is like a date and time informations, and the who is the creator and where is the world to let that event happens, or involved those informations and placed on the top of the site, so that every visitors, they don't miss those events which is created by us officially or the users generated. It always become a top of the site, so that there's a more chances for everyone, like every visitor, to notice those kind of events, so that we are trying to optimize the visitor basis to those events. So that is the first section. And if you go to the second section, that is a world. This is kinda our main functions or like main content for XANA at this moment. There's almost like over, I don't know, I haven't exactly counted it yet, but like probably like at least a couple hundreds of the world is already available. That's a great achievement of our XANA DAO creators. They're really awesome. And every month as we're having XANA DAO MVP World Creator section, there's a bunch of the great, fantastic worlds. And you can just like freely browse those things, which is much easier actually than the compared to applications. Because for the app, comparatively, this is kind of small. There's not much organizing function to find out your best world to visit. As this is a web-based in our news site, then we can involve a lot of new things. For example, we can involve like hashtag, of course, the world search function and the sort functions and so on, which is not available yet. But like we can just keep adding those things according to your demand so that more and more the world could be easier to discover. So that is the world section. And we are trying to make some kind of algorithm for the world displaying order, such as maybe like, most visited world can come on the top, most left and top, or like recent MVP winning world could be come on the top, all those kind of stuff. So like we will make some kind of good algorithm for everyone to be satisfied. Currently, we are just like probably picking up like manually, right? The world which is made by the XANA DAO. And I have one suggestion about, the world. If you create a good world, then don't forget to create the awesome thumbnails. Because every person, like every visitors who visit the website, maybe most of the case, they will pick the world by this thumbnail. So if the thumbnail is great, then it is more chance for those users to visit there. Even for ourselves, even though we know like for some world, this world is great, this world is awesome, good looking. But like if thumbnail is telling a lot of information and it is beautifully done, then definitely it is easier for us to pick those worlds and to place on the top. So that's definitely have advantages. So please, if you're creating the world, just don't forget to add the great, the fantastic, the best thumbnail you can ever make. And next section is a feed section. This is kind of new function of XANA. This is mainly for the capture the moments, the great moments of what is happening in a metaverse right now, so that you can capture your pictures, selfies, and stuff in the metaverse during the events or exploring some kind of new world or event. Then you can capture those pictures and you can post to the feed. And other function is that we also have creating the feed, post to the feed function in our app, in the latest version of the app, so that you can just go into the create button and create your own post, so that content will go to the feed. And that content will also go into your profile pages, just like you can imagine like Instagram. So that if you make a post in Instagram, it goes to the timeline for the other people, right? And also it's going to be added on your own profile page. It works exactly same like that. Yeah, like we suggest you will post the XANA related things as much as possible, because there is no limitation in the function basis. Function wise, we don't have any kind of limitation. So you can just technically upload any kind of picture. But from our perspective, we want to introduce great pictures, which is strongly related to XANA, to come on the top. Of course, if you think about those kind of algorithm or our purpose of this section, of course, you should take a good picture for your avatar or any kind of moments, great moments in the metaverse. And I really recommend that instead of just like views or like non-related pictures, the best is, I think, that your avatar doing something in a metaverse and you capture that moment by the selfie, maybe like moments of the dance or like whatever looks great. That's going to attract the people. So we're going to intentionally bring those kind of good posted content on the top of the page. So please try your best to create a great feed. Later on, we're gonna, of course, add more automatic the AI algorithms for feed creations. But I guess our team is super busy for other priority tasks. So most of the time, like at this moment, we can just pick like manually. Maybe simply the orders of the most viewed or most liked pictures to come on the top. Probably that is easier. So that is about the feed. And what we're gonna add on this top page from now on is very simple. First, we're going to add a launchpad and an NFT marketplace. So before we talk about this one, we will talk about the NFT marketplace, our marketplace, Zanaria's new form. Basically, we rebranded Zanaria as a Zana NFT. So there will be no more Zanaria. Maybe we're going to have some kind of transition time, buffer times. But like eventually in the near future, Zanaria will not be available. And the exact same copy of Zanaria, which is called Zana NFT, will be replacing as a main marketplace of Zana. Content or the platform itself, it never changed. It stays exactly same. We just change the brand and the URL so that everything comes under the Zana brand and you can just connect the wallet seamlessly. And that's going to realize a more smooth data sharing availabilities throughout our whole product. So that means Zana will be easier to browse like what you have in Zanaria, like NFTs and stuff. The land can be also connected with this new marketplace so that you can directly manage your world as an NFT and you can directly jump into the trading as well. So that is the purpose of this rebranding. I think that is already available now. So like you can just click the marketplace or the NFTs. I think that icon name is NFT. You can go to the left sidebar of XANA.net and you can see like NFTs. So if you click there, then you can go visit Zana NFT sections, which is X Zanaria. So we're going to probably pick some hot items or upcoming launchpad product to come on the top page of the Zana.net as well, so that we can like showcase it to the newcomers new visitors who visit the site. So like I'm going to make sure to add those things, launchpad, and also I think the hot NFT collection. I think those two is good to start. So we're going to add that on the top page. And the other things I'm thinking about to involve on the top page is that Zana Genesis. Now we're doing the Zana Genesis streaming, which is now keeps getting better and better time by time. So now English and Japanese conversation is very smooth, and Genesis is answering all the questions from the different languages seamlessly, smoothly, and reaction speed, response speed is much improved compared to before. So I'm very happy about that. And soon, in the near future, we're going to start doing the massive promotion for this Zana Genesis streaming because this is such a strong content. And Zana Genesis is almost like a face of our Zana NFTs. So that is very important. And I want more people to recognize about this Zana Genesis streaming. So I'm going to add that on the top page as well. And one last thing in my mind is that we probably want to involve the users list, the user browsing functions to discover for new friends or existing friends in the form of the avatar and the metaverse identity. So that I cannot really have some reference because it's not like a Facebook or like Instagram or whatever. I don't think like recent SNS have those user list. Those can be seen only when you search the users, then maybe like related search result will come up if you search some specific users or some keywords. But I don't think other SNS has like, browsing all of the users, that kind of functions. As we do not have that much of users yet, then I think that's going to be very easy and more transparent and friendly to display all of the Zana's existing users or registered avatars so that you can just, like simply having fun with browsing what kind of people are there. And maybe better directly, you can just start interacting with them by sending messages or like start doing following and stuff. And you can even visit their profile page, their recent post will be visible just like Instagram, visiting other people's profile page. So that is another purpose of this posting function. I'm thinking about to add those avatar list, the user list almost, in the very end of the top page of this new site. That is what I'm thinking about right now. So that is pretty much it for new site. And let me talk about like little upcoming future stuff. So our next target after like fixing those like bugs and small details of what I just mentioned, we're gonna launch the browser version of XANA, and that will be directly visible from this new site. So you can imagine that like you search some video in YouTube. Once you click that thumbnail, specific video's thumbnail, then it's going to directly jump to the detail page of that video and the video will start. So we're going to do the exact same thing for the metaverse. Now you can see those thumbnails on the top page of XANA.net. And once you click that, we're going to go to the detail page and we're going to let the XANA browser version to be directly open there so that users, visitors do not have to download, install, and register. But instead of that, they can just directly jump in without doing anything. No install, no download, no registration, direct jumping. That it makes things so much easier. That is very helpful for the light users or newcomers, because our heavy users, they already have our app to be installed in their mobile phone. They can just directly open the app, then they can just directly visit wherever they want. But if the newcomers, like it's a totally different story. They don't know anything about XANA yet. And first things they see is this top page. So they can just see like, oh, there's like, it seems like this XANA site is like a display, like browsing site for the metaverse content. They have an event. They seems to have a world. They seems to have avatars, and the avatars post probably the games and NFTs. That is what the new people will feel when they visit this site. Then next action they're going to take if they don't leave is the clicking those content. So they're going to click the thumbnail and they will start seeing for example, if they start seeing the event because it is upcoming in the next 30 minutes. So they click this event. Then what we're going to do is we're going to directly let this world open in the next page so that user can start visiting that event directly. For that kind of moment, direct access to the metaverse is such a super important thing, because even though they got little interest to visit there, but if it required, oh, please download the application first or register, etc., then I think that so many people will leave. So many people will give up and drop off. We don't want that to be happening. So that whole purpose is that we will let everyone to try the things first, our metaverse first, before deciding installing or like registering even. So that is also, we are trying to optimize the user flows to come into the application, the metaverse. That is the next function we're thinking about. And of course, this can be applied for every kind of world, like XANA DAO made world and the games even, because game is eventually like another form of the world, which has a gaming function. Call it a game. Maybe we're going to make a separate sections for the game, but the flow is the same. You can just directly go there, pick up the interesting game by the thumbnail and by the name. So that is another reason for the creators why thumbnail is such an important thing, because that's going to directly attract the visitors. So the visitors, they come and click this icon of each game, then they should be able to directly jump into the game, that world. We are opening the XANA app, the XANA content indirectly within the page we are visiting. And the greatest part is that like we're going to make it as a full responsive. So that means like even you can visit this site from the mobile, and you can open the browser version of XANA in your mobile phone. Again, this is a great advantage for the more like a new people, not existing users, but like new people. New people's flow and the basic behavior of the internet users, like how they're going to have an interest to the product and how end up with purchasing them. So this is like a kind of marketing flow of the users. First phase, the entrance for the new user is that recognition. So it means Like, for example, through the SNS or through the YouTube or like through the whatever the media or like even from the friend send a link, what you will know first is the XANA's website. Then you can start browsing the content. Then you decide to enter any of those. Then start coming into the content. So that's like almost 3 to 4 steps. If the click wise, that's going to be like simply 2 click away. External link to the XANA site. And from XANA site to the metaverse, it's a simply 2 click, 2 to 3 maximum. So those kind of communications is happening mainly recently on the mobile phone. So that is why the responsive design for this site is very extremely important. So we are trying our best to make it like seamless, same fast, same easy access on the mobile phone as well. Of course, including the browser version of XANA. For example, like you are watching the webs, the YouTubes and some of the YouTube channels, just like a breaking down, introducing about XANA, and we're gonna put the XANA's link on the description section. Like, and the user directly open that, then that's gonna lead to open the browser in your mobile phone first. Then on that browser, XANA site will show up, and you click that any of the world, then that's gonna open XANA internally without asking you to download the app. Maybe there should be some kind of option. If you already downloaded the applications, you can probably let the app to be opening when you're browsing and clicking the world. I'm not sure like I'm going to do it or not, but maybe we can suggest at least to users that there is the application version. If you want to like fast and smoother access, then you can probably consider to download the app, but many people don't do it. So like simply, we're going to let them open the XANA internally in that browser. First, testing purpose. Who knows, as Apple is still not changing their attitude against the Web3 thing on the phone, so that if they don't change this direction, then they're almost like shutting down the Web3 service from the iPhone. That's kind of crazy. I mean, as an application though, if you consider the browser, then that is a great thing. Browser is the best place for the Web3 users or like creators, because like, it will not get any kind of restriction from any kind of third party. If it's like a Google app, Google Play Store, then the Google will judge it, right? If it's like App Store, of course, the Apple will judge your service first. But like in the browser, it's a freedom, total freedom. You can just deploy anything and a visitor can just visit anywhere. So I think even from now on, the best future I can see is to let the browser app to become smoother and smoother as just like a native app. It's not that easy, but it can be happening. Especially, I think that's going to be the main way for Web3 services. So any kind of like Web3 gaming, like any kind of game which requires cryptos or like NFTs, which the App Store doesn't like it, then only solution left is a browser version. But like recently, like browser app is keep becoming better and better. So I see the bright future of the Web3 in this browser function. We will see. But like I'm a kind of type of the guy who is believing this browser app more than the native app, because eventually people will leave. People will start thinking like these Web2 services suck. It's just, on top of somebody's hand. And it can be your service, even you're the normal users, like they reserve the rights to just delete and kick you out whenever they want. That is not total freedom. That is for the creators as well. If they don't want the app, then they can just ban the app anytime, just like they did to us. We don't appreciate that, of course. The Web3 people don't appreciate that. And people are moving from the Web2 to Web3. Definitely. So we will see. And I'm more encouraged and focused on the browser version first at this moment. If that trend go extreme, then I think even Apple cannot ignore that. And then finally they're going to probably change their attitude or direction. Who knows? But let's see. Let's build a bright future on the browser first, and let's see how they goes. So that is another reason like we are putting our lot of powers and focus on this XANA browser version. So I think that is kind of it for the XANA's new website. Let me move forward for the update of XANA Builder. There's a lot of wind coming in I hope this is not affecting. Oh, it's so crazy. It's so crazy because I'm on the ocean side and wind is like getting crazy. But let's see if this is acceptable. So we just updated our XANA builder recently, and that involved 8 new modules, the gaming module. That is great. Let me go through one by one. What we deployed newly is we involved a special item, ninja motion, warp function, and door key function, quiz function, avatar visibility function, and the throw the object function, and hyperlink pop function. I don't go too much details one by one. By the way, those are details available on the blog. So you can just check out our latest blog that we just deployed. Let me just pick some kind of notable modules, components, especially. I think the most important one this time is the hyperlink pop, because until now, the website services and XANA Metaverse app were totally separated and there was no connection between, from the browser cannot visit XANA and from XANA cannot visit like external website. But like we are finally removing this border from the both ways. One way is just like I explained, XANA browser version, so that like directly you can visit XANA Metaverse from a browser. And another way is the way get out. You are already in the metaverse. You can imagine that you're already in a metaverse. And let's say if you are some kind of a service provider, product provider, content provider, you want guide user in the metaverse to the external website. For example, if you are the shop owner, you want to have a metaverse version of your shop in a metaverse, then you want direct user to coming into your website when they get like interested into your product, then you can use this hyperlink function. So this meaning is that you can pick any kind of object in your world, then you can add a hyperlink in this object. So that means whenever user touches there, then the pop-up will show up and the pop-up will say like, okay, this is my website, visit my website, and this is URL. And if you click that, then that's going to open the browser and that's going to open that site that you're trying to guide. So this function is very useful for example, like brands, companies, of course, and any kind of like other organizations or like people who are selling the things online. This is an awesome function. So you can basically technically start opening any kind of metaverse store and you can just connect that to your web tools, like your website. For example, like you are the providing, let's say, selling your NFTs. Oh yeah, this is a great function for the NFTs as well. So if you are the NFT creator and if you have like your own site or like even your NFT selling on Zanaria, and you can make a museum in the metaverse. And once you click that art in the metaverse, there should be an option for the user to come to the marketplace to browse your NFTs. And if they like it, they can just purchase it. So that is a great bond. That is a great connection. And what else we can use this for? I think we tried some kind of way for the Totori, because we made a Totori museum and there is still now the Kamihime, XANA Genesis Totori version. And once we talked with her and she speaks something, if you decided to like visit the Totori website, then I think like we are guiding them to somewhere, right? As I remember. So these kind of things should be able to be done by you guys, anyone from now on. So yeah, it's like it is totally up to your imagination and creation. We are looking forward for you guys to have a great metaverse shop or like any kind of new metaverse service. And now it can be directly connected to your web service. I think this quiz function is very useful. The quiz function will turn your world into the quiz world so that you can create any kind of like action quiz game. inside XANA world. So it's very simple. Okay, if you create some kind of like a maze and you're gonna set up some kind of the door inside of the maze, and once someone touch the door, that's gonna throw you the quiz, and it's gonna provide also the four type of the selective answers. If you click the right answer, that's gonna open up so that you can go to the next place, and there's another door and another questions will be given to you. So that kind of experience can be made by this function. And this is also applied to a lot of different things. I cannot come up with the idea immediately, but I can sense it. I can sense it. This is very useful. And I already know like DAO members will use this in a very creative way, just as they do before, anytime. So let's see. They can make it work so much better than me. So let's see. I'm very looking forward. And warp function is also another remarkable thing. As with this warp function, you can just redirect the user from the location A to location B, so that you can just like set up kind of like a Mario type of game, and they use some kind of doors, and that doors will let the Mario to warp to some other space, different world, underground world or like whatever. So we can just do exactly the same thing by using this module. So you can probably set up the doors or like pipes or some warp zone or whatever you want. And it can redirect, for example, not just like a location A to B, but if you use it in the creative way, maybe you can just make it look like going to the another world. The trick is that you're going to set up 4x4 world, for example, and you designed the world with a different taste one by one. That means in the first one by one world, you set up with the like maze, and there's some door. Once you enter there, then it's gonna redirect you to the underground world, and this underground world is made on the different place of your world separately. If we just cut off any kind of connection between those two worlds, then that side of world is not visible in the normal way. So that only way to go there is using this warp function. So you can just totally make the user feel like they jump to the another world seamlessly. So that kind of things is very useful for this warp function. And not only the game, but you can just use it to expand the experience of your own world, even that is not a game. This warp function can be used for any kind of reasons, any kind of situations. So it's very useful. I think that is the most remarkable things for this update. So I hope you're going to enjoy. Let me talk about another thing. The Breaking Down. BreakingDown8 has been started, and the audition show starts streaming, and that is going insane right now. It is literally insane because the first video they just released, it is already nearly getting like 3 to 4 million views in like 2 days. That's crazy. And more crazy for the video volume 2, the second scene of the audition video is getting like massively, like almost like 3 million in the very first 24 hours. It's crazy, right? And the great part is that XANA became a platinum sponsor of this BreakingDown8. And that 20-second video, promotion video, is streamed almost more than 5 million times so far, only in these 2 days or 3 days. That's crazy, right? Oh my God, I can just calculate the ad value of this 5 million plays. It's just insane. So that was a very great deal. We are so happy to have such a strong relationship with the Breaking Down, so that our advertisement is in the super great position. It is almost non-skippable because it is right inside, like right in the middle of the content. And as it is very short, only 20 seconds, I think none of the user can skip it. So they will definitely see full length of this XANA's promotional video inside of this Breaking Down. So I'm very excited about this. Probably in the end, once they complete maybe like 5 to 6 audition videos of this Breaking Down, I can easily expect more than 10 million views for XANA's trailer. That is crazy. That is actually crazy. And I believe at least this like 10 million views, at least like half of them are unique users. So that means like 5 million people. That is massive. That's massive. I can, wow, like this is like very impressive as this breaking down is totally like sitting on the position of like #1 entertainment right now. Not how much people can create this much of views like in such a short period of time. Every content's like 2 million, 3 million, 4 millions. That's just insane. It's like only things that can beat this kind of view is like a music video only, because the music video, like they go easily going to the viral, and like fans, they just play the music video like every day, like multiple times. And that makes the music video view amount is so crazy. But then there's nowhere to insert the ads of like naturally, because this is not like a paid ads, you know, this is like a more like a product placement. It is not like a skippable ad, but like if it's in the music video, that's a totally different story. I'm using the YouTube Premium, so like I almost never see the YouTube ads. I believe if it's like a 3 minutes music video, then there is no place to put the advertisement in between, right? It can be only played on the beginning, but you cannot skip it most of the time. So only like after that, like few seconds, it will be skipped. But if we compare that, our breaking down advertisement is so massive. So I'm very happy about that and very exciting. The one of the most funniest thing is that like our XANA Japan's CEO, the Mizoguchi-san, he became one of the fighter this time. I already watched this video like at least like 5 times in these 24 hours because it's so extremely funny, you know? It's just so funny because he is COO of the Breaking Down at the same time of he is becoming a CEO of XANA Japan. And it is so funny to seeing him in the Breaking Down fighting for. That's so crazy. I really love this content and his performance is so funny, so that I just can't stop watching this video. So like, let's see. Of course, we're gonna go to the actual Breaking Down show on the 21st of May. So I'm gonna see him fighting real time. That's great. And we have a great gift for our XANA this time. So we are inviting our XANA members, mainly Zeta token stakers, to the event. The event is happening on the 20th for the press conference, and 21st of May is the actual breaking down date. The event is pretty long. It's like a whole day event, and we are inviting our XANA members to the sponsor seat. Sponsor seat is like it's crazy expensive. I think at least like 100,000 yen, right? If we talk about in the US dollar, probably like somewhere around like $800. Like it's super expensive because it's a premium seat. And we are inviting XANA members to this great seat. So let's see, like we already distributed the application. So if you are owning a lot of NFTs, breaking down NFTs, or like a lot of Zeta tokens, you will get the chance. So don't forget to submit your applications, you know, for these opportunities, this great opportunity. Don't miss it. And we have another invitation for another great event, which is the latest version of XANA Festival, Volume 4 this time. And this time, we're collaborating with the Amazon Music. Amazon Music has a studio in Japan, which is called Amazon Music Studio Japan. And we are having a physical event inside of this Amazon studio, which is very futuristic and extremely awesome. They got a super fantastic streaming equipments and also the amazing sound systems. And we are actually bringing our own crazy like lighting systems and like lasers. So that's going to be even more crazy. And we are inviting XANA members according to their Zeta token staking amount. Probably like 20 to 30 people can be invited to this physical event, which is happening on 30th May. So we already distributed that submission form for this one. So if you're having a lot of staking Zeta, don't forget to submit. You will get a big chance because there's 30 people. There's a lot of chances. If we're talking about like staking zone, staking volume zone, definitely the zone A will be has the largest possibility to join. But like those big stakers are usually like sometimes outside of Japan, foreigners. Like we don't know like how many people can visit to this Japanese event. So that means if lesser people applied from this zone A, then staking zone B people can be invited as well. So let's see, just try out. Submitting the form is free. If you get lucky, you'll be invited. And I can definitely say this time, this XANA Festival number 4 is gonna be a best festival ever. Of course. I'm not only talking about the physical event, but in the metaverse experience, we are having a lot of contents this time. So you will see. Please look forward for it. This is going to be the best event ever. I think that's pretty much it for this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed and excited. We will see. We're going to keep you updated because there's a lot of things to come in this May. The 12th of the May, we are launching our latest NFTDuel cards, which is the CryptoNinja. The AMA session with Ikehaya-san on the 12th is the actual launch date. And this long-awaited NFTDuel is finally on the beta launch, public launch, so that everyone start using this game with their actual NFTs, not the testing card, their actual NFTs. So finally, the time has come, and we're going to, of course, start opening the test leagues. Not even test league, but this time we're going to probably call it the last test league, because that's going to turn into a real league. Of course, the tournament battle as well to decide who is the champion, real champion player, the best duelist. So we're going to have those kind of event for the NFT duel continuously after the launch of the CryptoNinja cards. So don't forget to purchase that. If you have a list, that's going to be great. If you don't, expect for the public sale. Don't miss this opportunity to get the first cards. If we compare to the first sale and second sale, first sale is definitely better because you still have an opportunity. You reserve the opportunity to get the higher reality cards than level 1 cards. But if you're looking at the secondary marketplace, then of course, level 1 cards is cheap. Level 2 cards or 3 cards is more expensive, right? So if you join the first sale, initial sale, then there will be 5 cards in each pack. And who knows, there's 70% for you to get the level 1 cards, but you reserve the 30% of the probability to get higher reality cards. If you get the higher reality cards, then definitely you will get your investment back if you take it as an investment. It is not actually an investment, but of course it's cost effective, I can say. So please don't forget to join this new sales on the 12th May. That's pretty much it. Thank you for joining today. Have a great weekend. And let's see. There's more to come on May for XANA. Thank you so much. See you next weekend. Bye bye.